Well, as they say, youth is wasted on the young. This extreme unhappiness and lack of purpose that you talked about, obviously in its extreme form, can end up in suicide, which is a big problem facing young people today. Would you like to comment on that?
Well, you're right. Suicide is certainly the most extreme end of the spectrum, but the whole idea of experimentation, which is often closely tied to that period of youth, is also a reflection. Because that sense of purpose is not kind of clear, people are trying to, if you will, discover that. And in that process of discovery, they're not only resorting to different ideas, possibilities, etc., but they're also often resorting to things which are quite dangerous. Drugs, a variety of things. And suicide is the most dangerous side of that, because there can be, in that quest, a sense of hopelessness, a sense of a lack of purpose, a sense of failure. And where that sense becomes, where they can't kind of see beyond that, where they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, then that's where I think that's reflected in the extreme form, which of course would be suicide. And as we know, in New Zealand and in Australia, the suicide rates are phenomenally high. And that's telling us that this is not a problem which is limited to a few people. When we have rates that are that high, particularly relative to other societies, that's telling us that as a society we are failing, that there is something wrong that we are doing as a society. And I believe that what we're doing wrong as a society is we're ignoring our youth. And that lack of, that blind spot that we've created, is reflected in these negative social trends: youth crime, drugs, ultimately suicide. And our response to that really should be to wake up and smell the coffee and come up with a much more exciting, if you will, sense of vision, sense of purpose for that period, a much more meaningful role for that element of our society.